Hey all you hunters, Hawk Smash here with a couple tips for you Charge Blade main to try to take down that Arch-Tempered Uth Duna and get that sweet A rank with that sweet pendant into this limited time free challenge arena quest. Now keep in mind guys, I'm not the fastest in this challenge, but I think I have a couple tips that might help those who are struggling against the Arch-Tempered Uth Duna. So I decided to go with an Ardean Thunder Charge Blade. This is going to give me 3 elemental boost, 2 sharpness boost. After that, we went with the Lagiakr's Helm Beta, which is going to give you 2 maximum might. We went with the Gore Mail Beta, which is going to give you 2 evade window. Gore Van Braces with 1 Constitution, 1 evade window, and then the Lagiakr's Coil, which gives you 1 weakness exploit and 1 maximum might. After that, we went with the Duna Wildgreaves Gamma, which gives you maximum quick sheath and 1 agitator, very good pants. And then we went with the upgraded Chain Charm to give you 2 of burst, and finishing everything up with the Rocksteady Mantle. Now I chose the Rocksteady Mantle over the Corrupted Mantle because I feel like the Rocksteady Mantle is a safer bet and is allow you to get more damage out on Arch-Tempered Uth Duna. Now, as far as decorations go, I'm rocking 2 Mire Walker jewels, 2 Earplug jewels, 2 Phoenix jewels, 3 Sane jewels, and 3 Chain jewels. The Mire Walker jewels to help you wade through that water and get through the waves that Uth Duna produces. Earplugs to avoid the screams. 2 Phoenix jewels to help with coalescence and output more thunder damage. Sane jewels to get antivirus, and Chain jewels to max out our burst. And with your weapons jewels, it's going to be your standard magazine handicraft, quick switch handicraft, and then I'm using Bolt Guardian. Now, if you don't have enough sharpness on your weapon, you can switch it out for Bolt Handicraft. I like Bolt Guardian to get that offensive guard. Alright, now first things first, I know it sounds silly, but make sure before your hunt you eat a meal. What meal just depends on whatever your fancy is. You have the Flame Fate barbecue meal, which is going to give you Moxie meal, Swimmer meal, and Balanced meal. Swimmer meal is kind of useful because it increases your attack when you get wet, and then Balanced meal just prevents you from getting knocked over. Then you have the Colorful Suja cuisine, which I like, and because of the Caprice meal, which randomly boosts your attack during the fight. Also, another reason that you want to eat a meal is to make sure that you don't have any reduced health or stamina. Going into a fight with reduced health or stamina is just a sure way to handicap yourself during the fight and not get the best time you can. Now, I know it sounds rudimentary and basic, but I cannot tell you how many hunts I've gone out and forgotten to eat and realized that I was just going in with limited health and limited stamina. Go to the arena quest counter, choose the quest, and make sure that you are starting from Camp 17. That is going to save you a ton of time right there if you're starting off at the basic starting point. So one of the things you can do is you can edit your pop-up camp and put a training barrel there, so when you spawn into the camp you have something to strike and you can charge your vials, charge your shield, charge your weapon if you want to. This can save you some time if you like it. I don't personally like it. I choose to just go and just straight to fight Uth Duna because I think that will give me the better time. Now, when I start this fight, I usually always pop a demon drug and eat a might seed, and for just a little extra protection, I will drink an armor skin. And with every fight, I like to place a pitfall trap right behind Uth Duna, so that way when the fight gets started, he will usually back up into the trap, and I'll be able to get in a couple extra hits. Now, whenever the fight starts, block that roar. Work on your timing so that way you can engage your Savage Axe and get that right off rip. Charge my vials, and then we're ready for action. Now, this fight is a defensive fight. It's got small windows for damage output, so you got to ensure that the damage you put out is a lot in a short amount of time. You're going to be blocking a lot during this fight, just to make sure that you don't... Oh, there it goes in the pitfall trap. So I got a small window here, so I'm going to try to put forth as much damage as I can. I could have gone for an SAED if I had my shield charged, but in this fight, I like to go for just Savage Axe hits versus an SAED. I feel like the SAED is more risky for not that much of a reward. I think you can output more damage with Savage Axe mode, and even if you charge your sword and just doing hacking and slashing with your sword. But always be prepared to go back to your sword and shield mode to take advantage of your ability to block Uth Duna's massive hits. Now I know I said that I tend to go for just Savage Axe hits. I will, however, use an SAD counter if the time is right for it. But with Uth Duna, you got to be careful because sometimes when he does that belly flop, he'll do 1 or 2 in a row. If he does 2 in a row, trying to get a SAD counter off of that first one when he goes right to the second one is almost impossible. Unless, of course, you are wearing the Rocksteady Mantle, which, like I said earlier, provides me with a little bit more ease to be able to get off a couple more shots, as I'm not going to get knocked back by any attacks, and it's going to provide me with more defense. As I'm sure you're all aware that the new move that Arch-Tempered Uth Duna has with that side roll is one of the most vicious attacks that he has and is responsible for a ton of cards. One option that might be possible for you is to actually roll underneath it if you are close enough. After a little bit of time and a little bit of damage, Uth Duna will decide to move to a new area. After this, when he moves from this first area, let him. Do not keep him there with luring pods or flashes. Just let him move down to the second area where you have the rocks that can fall on him. And everyone's favorite attack, the Uth Duna belly flop. Now, I prefer to flash him out of the sky, but some people prefer to block it. I don't like running the risk of blocking it because you can run out of stamina, and this is capable of one-shotting you. Just be sure to remember that the flash does not stun the monster, it just confuses him, and you run the risk of him flailing all over you. When it comes to mounting Uth Duna, I didn't mention this earlier, but if you're using the Rocksteady Mantle, do not mount Uth Duna with the Rocksteady Mantle on. It's just a waste of the mantle. You only have access to the mantle for a certain period of time before it becomes unusable, and you don't want to waste that use of the Rocksteady Mantle while you're mounted on Uth Duna. Now, you also saw me go back and forth while on Uth Duna's back, creating 2 wounds on him. So that way when I ended with the wound on his back and left the wound open on his head, so that way when I jump off of him, I have access to a new wound on his head to get more damage in. Now, just like with the first area, once you do enough damage or a certain time elapses, Uth Duna is going to want to move to a new area. This is the part where your lure pods are going to come in handy. If you have them equipped, it's best to have them equipped right away, and then shoot your lure pods at Uth Duna to keep him down there while you proceed to do more damage. Don't worry if Uth Duna ends up ignoring your lure pods and ends up coming to the upper level anyway. That just means that he's on his last leg and you only got a couple more hits before you eventually take him out. And that's all I got for tips and tricks using the Charge Blade against the Arch-Tempered Uth Duna and trying to get an A rank. I know that it sounds very simple, very rudimentary, very basic, but I feel like in this fight, the basics is what's going to get you over that hump. Remembering to watch your health, watch your weapon sharpness, little things like keeping the flash pods already loaded in your slinger, and just really being smart about the decisions you make when it comes to engaging Uth Duna. It never hurts to be more defensive, be more cautious, don't take unnecessary risks, and just remember that carding wastes a ton of time, so stay alive as best as possible. And if you're still struggling and you need some help, feel free to reach out to me in the comments. Maybe we can get some hunts together and I can help you get that A rank so you can get that sweet pendant for the Arch-Tempered Uth Duna quest. See you guys next time.